Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. We're in Tommy Dunlin.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
9 feet out behind me right now, so put your stopper up there on your mono.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow grind in the morning, you know, and that happens sometimes.
When you present it, you're sweeping it over an area. Now, when you get these big, wide areas...
Yeah, those are the new Columbia River Pop from McKay crab and shrimp gear.
There we go.
Yes, indeed.
Nicely done, buddy.
That's a beautiful fish, Dwayne. Nicely done.
Thanks for rolling me into him, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Wayne England coming to you live from the Fish on Northwest studio located here in Olympia, Washington. So glad everybody could join us for today's program. We got a good one on tap, and I know you're going to enjoy this. Welcoming to the program, to the studio for first time, my longtime buddy, Mike Surdyk.
What's up, guys?
Mr. Raymarine, how you doing, buddy?
Happy to be here, man.
You are the West Coast sales manager for Raymarine and doing an outstanding job. And I am so glad to finally get you actually here in studio. Bit of a drive south for you.
Been a long time coming.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about it for a long time. Of course, everybody knows Mario Venti, part of Team Fish on Northwest here, and glad we could pull you away from the ocean for a couple hours, get you back in here.
It's been rough.
It's been rough.
Yeah, getting up here. Oh man, I got to leave some tuna alone. For
Did you leave any for anybody else?
There is a large amount of tuna still available.
Yeah.
They're there. A little bit. We're looking for some better weather, but they're there.
Saturday?
And they're big. Saturday, we're going to run Saturday. Yep.
Weather window on Saturday,
Yep.
right on. Surdyk, as of late, you recently fished some coho. Puget Sound. Did you guys do the derby?
Yeah, we did the Everett Coho Derby. Fished it on Saturday. A lot of coho around. The bite happened short and quick. As soon as that sun was over the top of us,
Just kind of. Then you're working hard for a few, huh?
For just that one fish. Yeah.
We were up there just the other day. We worked hard, and we ended up with 3 decent coho and 4 good grabs, like clip poppers. Saluting, and they didn't stick. I was like, what is going on? But after talking to a handful of folks and having to grind out and just get into to encounter at least what I say is 7 fish probably respectively, that wasn't too bad. I realized I had not fished Puget Sound Area 910 since we were up there Chinook fishing in July. We've been out and about on the road fishing everywhere else, just bouncing around everywhere. So much opportunity out there, and you guys have been following us for weeks on weeks on weeks through the entire summer. And I realized I had not been back on that particular part of Puget Sound.
You kind of forget about it.
Oh yeah, there's just so much going on. So glad you guys got out there. You got some decent coho, but didn't get anything to bring home some prize money.
No, nothing big for us. Lots of 6, 7. I think
Gotcha.
was probably the biggest fish. Yeah.
Well, we were out there fishing, and of course, I was running you run the Seeker on your boat, aren't you? Yeah. And so I took advantage the other day just to take a little look and remind folks, like, there's some great data that comes off of that probe down there, along with your downrigger ball. The Seeker system is all about data to your handheld device or your tablet, whatever you have mounted on your boat, and it's accurate, and it's really convenient to use in the information it brings you. We took a little opportunity just to shoot a quick little sizzle on this to show you exactly what this product does and why I really like using it on my deep water troll fishery, especially like out there in Puget Sound or in the ocean. That is our peak outdoor moment of the week. Get him out of here so I can face splash. Yeah, that's a dandy. Ready? I like to face splash them. If you just dump them out of the net sometimes after a good fight, they'll just kind of float away. So quick out of the net, just splash them in the face. That really kicks them off. He took off just fine. On that last fish, I was talking about the Seeker by Scotty. So if we look at my downrigger, if I can get the number here, we're at 112 feet. And you can see that. Okay, so we're 112 feet on the wire, as they say. Come over here. Troll speed is 3.3. We're still going with the current, so we got to go fast enough to get our gear working. 400 plus feet of water, water temp, surface temp 57. So look at my Seeker, and actual depth, 112 on the line counter. We're actually at 90 feet. So I hooked that fish in 88 to 90 feet of water. That's the blowback. Even though we're going with the current 18-pound downrigger ball, I still got
you know, it's always 15 to 20 feet of blowback depending how deep you go. Troll speed at the gear, 3.4, which pretty much matches speed over ground right now because we're not going against current, which those numbers can get completely separated when you're going against current. And then water temp down there at 90 feet is 56. Surface temp is 57, so it's really not that much colder down there 100 feet below the surface. But the significant one, the two that I pay attention to, is actual factual depth of my downrigger ball, my presentation, and troll speed of gear at presentation. That's what you take away with the Seeker system.
Well, there you go. A little bit of information gathering from the Seeker program. Really starting to get the hang of using that and rely on it.
More data.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about the data. You know, we experimented all summer with it, dropping the ball, you know, every 10 feet and logging to see what the temperature was. And out at Tulalip this summer, we saw a 62-degree water temp on the surface. Down there at the bottom, it was all the way down to 49 degrees.
How about that, huh? It's really pretty impressive on the data that you can collect and put that to use and effectively, you know, get better at your fisheries. So, all right, before we get too far along, running down the show, as mentioned, Mike Surdyk, Raymarine West Coast Sales Manager, is here in studio. Hey, we're going to jump into the Bay Lab, discuss and demonstrate some of the great features with the Raymarine and the Axiom 2 Pro. And then, of course, FHN on the water, Drano Lake. This was a couple weeks ago there at Fish Camp. It was fast and furious Chinook fishing. Literally, all we had time to do was catch fish, and we're just going to show you that. Then moving back in studio here, Mike will still be here, I hope, and we got a great discussion on tap for Rivers Inlet BC. This is a destination Chinook fishery. Mike is here to tell you all about it and actually why. And of course, Rivers Inlet, presentation and rigging for Chinook. It's probably not what you would think when we start talking details on rigging for that particular fishery. Jumping out for a quick break, don't go anywhere, in the Bait Lab right after this. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and, you know, big part of my success.
Compact, clear, dependable. Bantam HD Youth Binocular. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.
All right, welcome back here. We are actually in the Bait Lab, and I'm with Mike Surdyk, and we are talking Raymarine for today's program. And I'm so glad you're here because, look, we could spend hours on this literally. We don't have that much time. So we're going to kind of give them the nuts and bolts of this thing. Now, look, I'm running the Axiom 2 Pro. You know, you got me rigged up on my new boat this last year and just did a spectacular job getting me dialed in on some really sound equipment. I'm just really pleased with how this stuff performs. So kind of we're going to walk through some of the features with this Axiom 2 Pro and some of the things folks that aren't running this, man, they're truly missing out.
Yeah, big time. You know, and so I've been with the company for 14 years, right? So I've seen the transition of electronics from, you know, 2010 era to where we're at now. This is the powerhouse of Fish Finder's GPS multifunction display, right? So our stuff is built for the Coast Guard, right? So all the government agencies, Coast Guard boats are all running some variation of Axiom Pro. And really the beauty of this thing is it's not just a touchscreen, but it's the hybrid touchscreen with the buttons. You know how it is when you're taking waves over the bow and you're trying to use the touchscreen. That's why we put the rotary knob in the buttons on it, right?
You got the knob and the buttons, and you got the touchscreen capabilities, and we got a new nano protected coating on this.
It's called Hydro Tough.
It is amazing because it can get wet as anything, slime on your hands from fish. You're touching the screen, it still functions. You know when your cell phone gets wet.
Oh, it drives you nuts.
And you just can't do anything. This, never an issue. It can be wet as anything.
And even with polarized sunglasses on now,
you can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
So really, aside from the aesthetic part of this, you know, the hybrid touchscreen, the buttons, the internal processor in this thing is powerhouse
for sure.
It's got a 6-core processor, so there's very little speed. When you first fire up the machine, you know, you'll decide whether you're a fishing boat, a cruising boat. It'll ask you for all different types of parameters, and it'll see, you know, this thing talks to everything. Right. We got radar, engine data, music. Come over here to our charts, right? Charts are the big thing. Everybody wants to talk about all the latest and greatest with charts. Here we've got the Navionics Platinum chip in here, right? So we've got a lot of the high resolution contour lines, right? When guys are fishing, they like to know where the humps are at, right? They like to see tides and currents. Here's a good example. You know, when we're salmon fishing, we always like to know where the 100-foot lane is. In fact, let's go take a look at possession bar here. So we'll just show a popular spot, and you got some waypoints.
Oh yeah, don't be putting all that.
So when you're fishing possession and you're trying to stay in 100 feet, there's your drift.
There's your line.
Right? There's your drift through the tin shed. You know, you can actually build a route like
look where my route is. Weird, huh?
Set the autopilot and go.
Yes.
And now you're just running the rods, right?
And that is, you know, the way that autopilot connects to this, you know, electronic feature. It's just just set your route and go. Yeah, you gotta look. That Chinook fishing around possession that time of year extremely busy, so you can't just set and forget it. But you can certainly set yourself a course or a heading or a waypoint and just go to it. And while you're messing with all your gear, while you're, you know, you got your back turned and you're, you know, taking care of whatever it is on your deck. And your boat is going to stay on that line where you set it to be. Variances, you know, a big wind push might catch your cabin and shove you off a little bit, but the boat's going to fight hard to get back on course.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's the beauty of our autopilots is they're constantly learning. So the more time you spend using the pilot, the sharper and sharper linearization you're going to get. So, you know, you can see how fast the redraw speed is on this. You've also got the rotary knob here, and the rotary knob also serves as a cursor. So if you want to move the mouse, you know, say you're bumping along here and you're trying to, you know, get fixated on something, it's just really intuitive to go, hey, I want to see what's right there. Now zoom it. No, I didn't like it there. I want to go there and zoom it. Right? So really, really sleek. You know, we're as close to an iOS operating system as you can get. So we tell people all the time, if you can navigate your way through an iPhone, you can figure this out.
For sure.
These are all your different pages. You know, you can come through if you want to create a new page. Press and hold does a lot, just like your iPhone. So say we want to go 2 screens and I want to have my fish finder with my fishing charts on that side. And then over here on this side, I'm going to put my high chirp sonar. And now, boom, I've got my split screen. Yeah,
you just created a personalized one for you that's going to work for you, especially if you're wanting one big screen, maybe in your cabin or at your rear steering helm.
Absolutely.
You can set it up to, you know, it works for you. You kind of mentioned it. Let's talk real briefly about high chirp versus low chirp and, you know, target separation and when's it applicable to use either or?
You know, high chirp has definitely gained a lot of popularity because we're really not salmon fishing out past, you know, 200-300 feet, maybe the Westport guys, but really high chirp has such a high frequency and a wide beam angle that it lets us see fish streaking up to our downriggers, right? It lets us see both balls, one at 50 or one at 80 feet, so you can call the strike when it happens. Now, with high chirp, you don't get as much depth, right? So anything inside of about 400 feet, that's when we would tune over to either medium chirp or even low chirp.
Because you're going to get a deeper register.
Lower frequency.
Lower frequency. So the target separation is impressive. And you can denote, you know, bait balls, large quantities of bait. The differences in color based on density. Talk a little bit about why am I seeing reds and yellows on my screen?
So the harder rate of return of an object is going to show up as red, right? A lot of guys asking, how do I tell the difference between anchovies and herring or squid or sand lance, right? It takes the right operator to know that stuff. And we've been able to tell that, especially with bottom density now, right? Is it hard bottom? Is it rocky bottom, sandy, muddy bottom? All of that stuff, you know, through either one of our Raymarine branded transducer or like what we have on your boat is the Airmar TM275. That is a bad mamma jamma transducer that's putting some serious power in the water. And filters out a lot of the stuff that we're not sure about.
Yeah. Clears up the chatter.
Oh, well, old school 50, 200 kilohertz transducers, you never really could tell what it was. I mean,
a lot of garbage on there.
Oh,
you're like, what is all that? And you try to dial in your gain and try to get a little more separation, and at times it just gets more convoluted.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten to a point now we can tell between a 25 and a 40 pounder on.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can see the size profile much different, and you know, it even works fantastic in some of my smaller fisheries. Like I can definitely tell kokanee from trout. I can see that swim bladder.
Yeah,
in those kokanee, and it's coming in is a little red streak inside that profile of that fish. Versus on a trout, you're just kind of like, that's just a small object. Okay, we're gonna freeze right there, jumping out for a quick break. We come back. I want to get into a little more, down scan, side scan, 3D, and some mapping. Right? Yeah. Okay. Don't go anywhere. More with Mike Surdyk right after this break.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives, to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
All right, welcome back. Still in the bait lab with Mike Surdyk with Raymarine, and let's talk a little bit about sonar, what we're seeing here on the screen, and we're going to kind of transition that into some of that side scan, down scan, and 3D and map imaging and things. So, but right now we're looking at sonar, which most folks are pretty comfortable with looking at their screen and seeing this.
Yeah, this is your traditional 2D sonar, right? And so what we're doing is we're showing a high chirp frequency, and on the right side of the column here, this is your A scope, right? So this is emulating the beam angle of your transducer. We're in simulation mode, so it says we're in 30 feet of water. By the time the transducer smacked the bottom, it's looking at a 14.4 foot circle, right?
Yeah, so if I have a 12-foot boat, for example, I have a couple feet out in front of the bow and behind the stern of what I'm actually seeing. Right?
Absolutely. And put it out in 200 feet of water. Now that number looks over 100 feet. Right?
Yeah, real big.
So in addition to the high chirp stuff and the traditional 2D stuff, we've got some side vision frequencies, right? So now this is the fulcrum of the boat, and this is looking out to the side 45 degrees. So, instead of looking underneath of the boat, now we're looking out to the side 120 feet. If I wanted to, zoom in to a little bit more detail, say I really wanted to look out, when you're hunting for fish and bait and you're trying to use all your electronics to, get you on the fish finder, that's a really cool frequency. We're really getting into some of this new 3D stuff, right? So taking all of those frequencies and putting them together so that we can start seeing in 3 dimensions. Right. So there's the boat icon right there. And what it's doing now is it's building high res charts as you go. So the more time you spend fishing in an area, the better and better imagery of the bottom you're going to get.
Yeah, for sure. And again, as you showed earlier, you can build that personalized side-by-side screen.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to run that side view or that down scan alongside your regular sonar, you can certainly do that. And you're going to pick up on fish that you're seeing on your standard, regular sonar. And now you're going to start understanding, oh, that's what fish look like here. That's what they look like here in either this mode or your side or down scan.
I mean, more times than we can count do we see a wad of bait off our port side that's, 50, 60, 80 feet to our side that we don't see on our traditional down location.
Yeah, only picking that up out there. Maybe you see some birds going on, and you're like, hey, what's going on over there? And you hit that side scan, expand it out, and you go, well, look at all the bait over there, and there's got to be fish blowing it up. So.
And now you're dropping waypoints, right? Say you get bit, you caught something, you went over a pot of bait, and you want to mark that, right? So now you can go ahead and hit okay, mark it. Now you've got your waypoint there to turn back to, right? There's where you got bit.
That's also going to show up on your charts.
Yep.
Once you pop that in there, now I can flip over to my charts and I can navigate right back on top of that.
Exactly.
And I'm going to be where that I started
now you're
that
hunting
day.
underwater.
Yeah, for sure. Before we run out of time, let's quickly talk about some of the additional features and the other apps and things that you can load on this and Wi-Fi capability.
Yeah, so we're working with a lot more of these third-party app manufacturers, right? Guys like Netflix and Spotify, Seakeeper. The other big ones are, the Windy and the Predict Wind, these different weather apps. And so now if you have onboard Wi-Fi like a Starlink, or, in our case, we use our personal hotspot, right?
Yep.
Is we can go through and, now we have real-time weather, as we're on the water, right? So everybody's using their phones these days for looking for,
Yeah, that's the same Windy app I put on my phone.
Absolutely.
But I could actually have it with my hotspot. I could actually project that onto my Raymarine.
You can have it all live right there on the water. You can see the different forecasts. Same thing with the YouTube. Guys want to be able to, they want to watch the Seahawk game. And the kids want to watch a movie or something like that. Exactly.
Yep. And we can pull up tide data too.
Oh, absolutely.
We can have actual live data that's a tide data that's coming on your screen right there that you can correlate with exactly where you're at and where you're fishing to the spot.
Absolutely.
Right. So a lot of great features on here. Not to mention, again, it ties in with the autopilot.
Yep.
That ability to set a destination, a waypoint. I was using it in Wyoming. And I wanted to stay on a certain depth and contour, and there was nobody around, nobody out in front of us. I put a point of destination way out there in front of me, and I just put the boat in gear, and there we go.
Throttles, and you're going.
And we are just roping in fish one after another, and I don't have to worry about steering the boat, minding it. Yeah, you got to turn around, pay attention once in a while.
Yeah, but it's correcting anytime the wind blows, right?
For sure.
Or the tide blows you off course. The pumps engaging to keep you going too.
It's just it's really fantastic to use. It also is useful. The buoy 10 fisher that we just all got done doing and just absolutely love. When you get into that certain point of that tide and you're bow down into that current and the tide's ripping and coming back in, everybody's bow down into that current, basically holding position and hovering. And then the tide flips to a certain level where you're slowly backing up river.
Exactly.
Now, if I set a marker or a heading that I want to stay keyed in on, and I just lock the boat in on that heading, I'm not one of them guys back there on my tiller handle constantly doing this with my boat. I am sitting there, and when people are encroaching on me, I have to look at them, and they look at me like, "Why are you coming over?"
Out of the way.
I'm like, "I'm actually not coming over."
It's working.
Yeah. We're locked in here, but I'm going to go ahead and move because I know you're struggling with your tiller, and it's one of the niceties.
Oh, it is.
That I don't even have to struggle with or worry about because the machine functions so well.
Yes.
I can focus on the fishing. It's a great additional component tied in with this thing that I just really, really have become very comfortable in using.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Betcha.
We could talk about this for days,
talk
about this for hours. So, all right, enough on the Raymarine, but Surdyk's coming back before too long because we're going to continue to do these bait lab segments and bring you more education on your Raymarine products. If you're using them, great. If you're not, we're going to make sure that you understand why you should be.
Yeah.
Out for a quick break, taking you out to Drano Lake. Again, we had no time to do anything but catch Chinook. Bringing that to you right after this. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
the Northwest's premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodation and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
When it comes to safety and security, trust the professionals at Phoenix Protective. Our highly trained officers provide 24/7 security services to meet your needs. We provide security for commercial properties, events, building entry, and more. We can monitor your property remotely with our monitoring equipment. At Phoenix Protective, your safety is our mission. Call us today or visit our website to learn how we can protect what matters to you.
Hey guys, Dwayne England Fish Hunt Northwest, back out here on the water, and hey Aaron.
What's up, buddy?
Aaron Peterson, Peterson's Northwest guide. How many times have we fished together? Like,
I don't know, half a dozen.
A good amount, usually up here at Fish Camp.
Yep.
And we are back here at Fish Camp, thanks to the great folks there at Work Sharp. We got the invite back, and here we are. I haven't been on Drano for, I can't remember the last time I was on Drano.
Probably springer fishing.
Would have been years ago. I tend to stay away from this madness because there's other opportunities out there. Not to say that this isn't, something to experience, but some people love it. Some people tolerate it. Others just choose to stay away. I'm one of those that I'll just go do other things, right?
Me too.
Yes, but if I have the opportunity to jump in the boat with a guy like you on a day like this, and the fishing's been pretty good. You guys did all right yesterday, huh?
A lot of opportunities.
Okay.
Got our fish, a lot of opportunities.
A lot of grabs, a lot of takedowns, and we're gonna get out there and mix it up with the best of them. Bringing you the Drano 500. Here we go.
All right, we're gonna drop into the bucket, but let's start the fronts at like 28. The middles, let's start at 30. I got the backs. And then, you guys are good. So how it works is we'll be grabbing the line. I always like to put the lure in first, drop the flasher, then the lead. And then what I like to do is I like to reel up. I'll have to set these drags for you. And then I kind of look how it's all in a line. See how it's, so you don't get tangled up on well, it's that too, and I'm making sure the hooks didn't flip. I'm looking, the blade's spinning, everything's in a line, there's no weeds. Yeah. I glance down zeros and I either pull or I hit this thumb release right here. Oh, there's fish all over right here. Perfect. I hit this thumb release and then your thumb's the clutch. Right. So it's not fast. Okay, because, yeah, yep. Yeah. You guys good on that middle rod, or? And then, like I said, reel to the top, make sure it's, fish on front rod,
Somebody grab it. Here, somebody, come here, grab it. Bite that fish.
Still there?
Yeah. Yeah, he's there. Where's the net?
Okay, you're gonna do me a favor and reel this one up. You good? It pulls back, and, yep. I don't think it's big, Dwayne. I don't think it's big.
But it didn't take long.
Maybe it's not awake yet.
There you go. Just keep tension. We got.
I didn't check your drags or anything. You good, Dwayne?
I set them.
Okay.
On those bow rods.
Is he having fun?
I think so.
Are you reeling or what are you doing?
Pull up, reel down.
Not worse than him.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. It's taking his time.
I just didn't. When there's no. So, as a fishing guide, the clicker is my best friend because I know if he's ripping line, I know if he's a good fish, I know if he's a small fish. I know you guys hate clickers.
No, I turn them on all the time. I was going to say, hey, you want the clicker on? And then that fish was like already there. Nice.
He's fighting better. Maybe we could do. I can't see him.
It's a decent fish. Sorry it took so long. There you go, reel down, get that thing in. Don't go slag.
Sorry. Okay, don't back up, please. Lift straight up. Lift over Dwayne's shoulder. Lift over Dwayne's shoulder. Let line out, let line out, let line out. Get the lead ball in your hand.
Nice fish. Hold that.
Are you sure?
No. Nicely done. There's one.
Lift it up. Yep. Okay. 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 Middle rods can go 31. What a start. What a great fish.
Real nice fish, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, back to 28. Okay.
He's there, Mike? Okay. Take your time, take your time. Have fun with them, take your time. Hey, coming out!
Here, I'll get it.
100 out! If you can, take 2 steps to your left. Perfect.
Okay. Watch that rod, I gotta get the net.
Good job reeling, good job keeping tension. Great work, great work. Great work.
You want that?
I don't care.
36.
Yep. Okay, so your goal, you know the game?
Yep.
Lead ball hits the tippy lift. He's gonna see the boat and take off again. Have fun. This rod angle's great.
There he goes. Mm-hmm. Weird, huh?
Skinny mini.
It's like he's raising them. Nice fish,
Nice,
Mike.
smooth. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. This is what happens when they're snappy and fresh with cold water, guys.
Yeah.
Nice smooth lift. Smooth lift. Let line out, get the ball. Line out, get the ball.
Line out.
Yes.
Well done.
Good job, guys. Okay.
Skinny mini. Oh, beauty. The quality of these fish, man, in here is just fresh fish, like Aaron said.
Look at the purple.
Yeah, buddy. Get this out of here.
It's been 3 minutes, guys. 3.
Look at the color on that fish.
That one just got here.
For sure. So much better than what we were getting over there by
This is the one you want.
That is a beaut. Yeah, fish, huh? Dose. In 3 minutes.
Man, look at the color in that fish.
Boy, that's a clean fish, Aaron. There you go.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far. A place where discovery and history thrive for young eyes and old alike. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
I make my living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, you know, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat and, you know, big part of my success.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Down and out.
There you go.
Not that. Okay. Up a little bit, bud.
Right on.
Okay. I like it. Don't back up, lift.
Ooh, nice fish, huh? Boy, they're all nice this morning.
Yeah. Okay, nice and smooth.
No, man.
Rod back down and out. There you go, smooth lift. Reel
nice
down and lift. That slack can't.
Yeah, there we go. Peel some line off, Kyle. Peel some line off your reel.
Okay, totally spaceship.
Sturgeon Slayer gets the Chinook.
Now, finally.
Sturgeon Slayer. He was yesterday. He hooked 2 sturgeon. You got a 6-footer, dude. Bang!
Look at how fresh these things are, guys.
What a great day to be here. We got fresh fish moving in. Hatchery fish, yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. There we go.
Mike. Gotcha.
Back rod. Clear this one out. And yeah, looking good.
Luke, is he still there?
I'm gonna leave that one.
Okay, work your way to the back for me while you reel. Dude, that fish trucked that thing.
Slammed it.
That was
Take your time, Luke.
Rod down while you reel.
Oh!
Oh, down and out, down and out,
Down and out. Keep it away from the boat. There you go.
Okay, now
lift. Oh,
no.
That fish is hot.
Hold on.
Nice and easy, nice and easy.
Okay, now you're slowly gonna lift over Dwayne's shoulder. Now let out.
Here we go.
Get that lead ball in your hand.
Swing it in. There you go.
I've never let someone net on my boat. What is happening? I feel so naked.
I always net on your boat.
I know. You're about
Excellent.
the only one, too.
Who knew? Yeah. Grab that fish. Boom. Yeah.
Nice 10. Freshy.
Yeah. Nice little. Good girl work.
I don't know what it is about that lure on that back corner, but
that's the money spot.
Ball. Isn't that funny when you get the weeds off what happens, guys? I'm coasting over him, Dwayne, so you might have to go the other side of the boat.
Okay.
Because of the wind. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I see silver, I don't see brown.
I do too. A decent
He
fish.
saw you.
He saw you.
No. Me and the fish have a relationship.
Look at this fish.
I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah. It's all right.
That gill plate is not going to roll over for me, is it?
No. Maybe this time. Told you I want an 18-pounder. I got the net. You're good. Take that. There you go. I told you I want an 18-pounder. Didn't I? I said, I'm getting an 18-pounder. Well, that one's probably 16. That's a nice fish. Nice fish. Where's that club? Club Med. Welcome aboard. Look at that.
Gosh, they're just
Quality. Yeah, boy, he hammered it. And what a fight, huh? Outstanding.
So what do you guys do when we hook a fish? Good job. Bingo. Nice and quick. I got it. Another freshie. Nice. Time to go get pancakes and eggs. This one will be the eater. It's all right. That will do. That will do. Good job, buddy. Thanks, man.
How about that?
Hey, you know the odds today? We were 6 for 7 today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, 6 for 17.
Nice.
Yep.
There you go. Well done, boys.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, from where I'm sitting right here, that's a pretty good bag of fish.
I'm happy.
Quality, man.
Everybody touched their fish today. That's the goal.
For sure. Jordan had to touch a couple, but that's all good.
It's always the unicorn fish.
Yeah, you know, you go for that last one, it's inevitable. But yeah, we stuck them good today, and they hung on. And right from the gate, I think I dropped that first rod in. It was in for maybe 30 seconds, and it was fish on. I just picked up the second rod to start putting it out. So we had a pretty savvy crew today. Those guys, you know, did well getting their fish in. Everybody worked together.
Everybody handled their rods good. Yeah, good
It's
team effort.
It's all about clearing out the other rods, and we didn't, you know, what do we have? Maybe one tangle while fighting the fish. So that's not too bad for, you know, groups of folks that don't typically fish together. So credit to you, man. You put us right on them. A lot of fresh fish still moving in and out of the main river into this Drano Lake little hidey hole, huh?
Yeah, I mean, typically in the fall, I'm not really down here because it's usually pretty crowded.
Yeah.
I like the click-a-tat, I like the Deschutes, but when the water's spiking up to 73 and they're hanging lower in the river, you got to make some zigs and zags.
That's for sure. They're looking for that colder water. I think we registered out there out front this mid-morning. So water temp was like 70 degrees.
Yeah, it definitely is on the drop after that rain we had.
Yeah, good point. And definitely warmer. We fished, you know, out of the mouth of the Deschutes yesterday with Dave Ing, and the water's definitely warmer, 73 degrees at times, depending where you're at. So kind of a struggle for these fish, man. They're just trying to stay cool and you know, continue their upriver run. But yeah, they got to dip into this lake just because it can be, gosh, anywhere from 3 to 4 degrees cooler at times, right?
Yeah, that little white salmon's pumping
cold water,
60-something degree water out here, and they smell that way down river.
Oh man, they want to get in on that. So another fantastic day, buddy. I mean, just always love the 360 troll fishery with you. You're so dialed, and got us on them again. So folks at camp are happy. Yeah, so outstanding. All right, gonna do it for us out here at the old Drano Lake. I called it the Drano 500 this morning. Contrary to popular belief, it's not nearly as crowded as springer fishing out here. I mean,
well, Saturdays can be kind
well, weekends, sure, but today, not even that bad. I actually enjoyed it, had a great time. So, all right, jumping out for a quick break, back right after this.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
All right, welcome back here in studio. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Just a little fast and furious. No time to do anything but land Chinook. You got to like some of those days.
Yeah, right.
I was like, Aaron, we didn't talk gear, nothing. I was like, yeah, we don't got time. Guess what? People are just going to watch us catching fish for once. So
did I think that fish hit before you even had the other rod in your hand?
Yeah, it was literally like 30 seconds maybe.
It's still dark out.
It was hard to get focused on the camera because the lighting was just, and it just was one after another, and there's just no time for Jordan to film. It was just unbelievable. Anyway, okay, Mike Surdyk, Rivers Inlet. Kind of a little bit of a passion of yours, huh?
Yeah, this was a really good year for us.
Boy, I'm telling you. So you and Pops and the crew, you've been doing this fishery for a number of years.
Yep. My first year was in 2002. Pops was in 83. Grandpa was in 68.
That many years of family history for the Surdyks, huh?
We got deep roots at Rivers Inlet.
That is phenomenal. So for those unfamiliar with that fishery, there's an attractability to this thing. I would say for some, they got to take a look at this and go, that's a bucket list fishery, destination fishery for me, don't you think?
Without a doubt. And really, it's one of the few places you can go routinely catch 50+ pound Chinook. You know, aside from South America, Patagonia, and Chile, to be able to take your boat and go to a place and target these world-class Chinook, it's our Super Bowl.
Now it's there's a little bit of planning involved, a little bit of logistics. You don't just drive to Rivers Inlet and start fishing, right?
It's a bit of an adventure too. You got like there's a ferry ride involved. You got to launch and get there. Like it's not.
Walk us through that process, right?
Not crazy. What does that take?
Yeah, the coordination for us, you know, we usually go with 4 to 5 boats, and we all trailer our boats. So we take the ferry from Tawasin to Nanaimo and boogie up to Port Hardy. And by the time we get to Port Hardy and make the run across, it's about 70 miles from the dock to where we stay at Dawson's Landing. And we go for 10 days. We bring tents. We put up cots inside the tent, sleep on docks, and I guess you could say we roughneck it for 10 days.
You guys are camp. I thought you were going up there and staying in like a lodge or hotel or.
What's one of the tricky things about the inlet now is there used to be all these lodges you could stay at. Now there's only about 2 lodges, and really the only place to stay is at Dawson's Landing. So we reserve dock space. We put up our tents. We bring food and ice and dry ice for bait for 10 days.
No,
a lot of planning goes into it.
I said there was some logistics involved.
It is.
No idea it was that.
And we love it. My father, Larry Surdyk, is just so deep rooted in who he is. He's kind of the captain for the whole crew. We do 1 meal a day at night for dinner, and then we eat boat food, and really we just go up there to target big fish.
Yeah.
And it's spectacular, Dwayne.
Mario, did you see some of the videos and short reels and things that the Surdyks were putting out while they're up there? Did you see the weather?
I wasn't paying attention. I was just looking at those huge fish.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about this year in particular, Mike, the weather that you guys are subjected to. And now that you have reminded the folks that you are tent camping, okay, you were getting how many inches of rain a day for the first
3 to 5 inches of rain every day for 5 days.
I missed that
3 to 5 inches of rain a day for the first half of the trip.
And we always say we pray for rain either before we get there or while we're there, so that all these fish that are, milling around the mouth of the inlet, they're out in the saltwater. When as soon as those rivers, the Wannock and the Cabela, the Chuckwalla, when they start flowing, that's when the fish start boogieing. And you get these fresh fish coming in every day that are snappy, they're fast. What we don't want is when you have 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of sunshine and really warm weather, it feels like it takes longer for these fish to roll through the inlet.
That type of weather system that blew in, that barometer jumping around.
Yeah.
How'd that affect the fish first half of the trip?
It's one of the, we talk about data, right?
Yeah, right.
We talked about Scotty and all these different things that we're trying to understand. We keep 2 barometers on the boat now to see what the change in pressure does to the bite, right? And so whether you're fishing a certain part of the tide, high incoming, a big outgoing, we were fortunate enough that we had big 12-foot tides every day we were there. And when the rain came, the barometer fell farther down than I've ever seen it move on the needle before. It was super low. And what the research that we've done is you really want either a rapid rising, so you either want the barometer rising rapidly or you want it dropping quick.
Sure.
If the barometer's not moving at all, that's when the bite shuts off.
Interesting.
And
so first half of the trip, a little bit of a struggle compared to it finally really turned on for you?
It definitely, once the rain came, we started seeing some fish. A really good day up there, you might have, 4 chances, where you get, 3 fish over 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. And so it started to pick up for us. We had a couple days where we got a couple 40s, a couple 30s. And then as soon as the rain started to peter out, here comes the barometer and it's peaking. And that's when the bite went off. The last day we were there, we caught 5 fish over 30 pounds and one of them was over 50.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Okay, hold that thought. We're going to jump out for a break. We come back though. We're going to get into the details, man. The nuts and bolts, the rigging. It's going to blow people's mind.
Yes.
This is not your everyday classic Puget Sound trolling for Chinook or buoy 10 or any of that.
Old school.
Yep. After the break.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Start your outdoor adventure at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, 2 locations with the best selection of name brand outdoor gear at affordable warehouse pricing. Over 60,000 different items to fit in your adventure, like Gamakatsu fishing gear, premium grade high carbon steel hooks, Gamakatsu custom designed fillet and boning knives to tackle and storage containers. Gamakatsu, simply the best. Maximize your outdoor adventure with the right gear at SportGo and Outdoor Emporium, Fife and Seattle.
When it comes to safety and security, trust the professionals at Phoenix Protective. Our highly trained officers provide 24/7 security services to meet your needs. We provide security for commercial properties, events, building entry, and more. We can monitor your property remotely with our monitoring equipment. At Phoenix Protective, your safety is our mission. Call us today or visit our website to learn how we can protect what matters to you.
All right, welcome back as we continue talking with Mike Surdyk and Mario about the Rivers Inlet BC. This Chinook fishery has got my attention. Not sure if I'll ever make it up there, but boy, I tell you what, it's something to behold. And so let's talk about presentation, man, specifically the rigging and the gear you're putting out. Again, you think Chinook fishing around here in our home waters, it either involves a downrigger or possibly 20 ounces of lead, 360 10 or 11 inch flashers, pretty stout leaders, 30, 40 pounds, right? And 3 and 4 aught hooks. And what's going on up there? What's the program?
So first thing is downriggers are actually outlawed in the inlet, right? Up to the top of the inlet. It's a motor mooching only, have to have 8 ounces or lead or smaller, no fish attracting devices. So it's truly a cut plug only fishery, right?
Yeah.
And there's no cooler place to learn or to experiment with different cuts. We run the big baits. So we run black label herring. So this year, because the humpies were bad, we were told to bring extra bait. So we brought 9 cases of bait, filled the whole 250 Yeti full of black labels.
9 cases of black label herring.
And every morning I'm brining anywhere from 8 to 12 packages of bait.
Wow.
And because we're fishing in an area like Rivers Inlet, you see these pictures of the turquoise water, right?
Yeah.
You've got this glacial till, and it's all the fresh glacier water that's run off. Well, on the sonar we can see that break in water temperature, right? So the fresh water might be 11 to 12 feet thick, and then right below that is the salt water. We want our baits right below the ceiling, right? Those fish are coming in off the ocean, and they'll come up to the fresh water, they'll drop back down, and they're acclimating, right?
Oh, interesting.
And so when we're up there fishing, yeah, we're using big, 10.5 to 11 foot mooching rods, right? We've converted all islanders here in the last few years, and, fishing them 6, 7, 8 poles, right? So those baits are down there 15, 18, maybe 20 feet. The cool thing is we see all 3 lines on the sonar, right? So the bow rods just hover right in the cone angle of the transducer. So when we watch these fish, and I'm telling you, 50-pound king salmon on your sonar
looks like a seal.
Oh, it'll make your hair stand up.
I can't imagine.
We'll mark them, and then we'll do our figure eights.
And
we've got some really cool screenshots from this year. I think one of those fish we saw it saw the bait from 40, 50 feet away, and it's like, here he comes, man. You're just calling the strike before it happens. So we're trolling anywhere from about a knot and a half. These baits are slow spinning, right?
Amazing.
A black label cut plug is about 7-8 inches long when you're
doing a big profile.
And we run light gear. We run 20-pound Maxima Ultra Green on all the rods for mainline, and a 25-pound leader.
25-pound leader, 20-pound mainline, and you are hooking into 40 and 50-pound Chinook and bigger. Your biggest one this year?
Biggest one this year was 55. Our biggest for the group is 72 that we bonked, and then my old man put one back in the water that we figured was over 80 pounds.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, destination fishery for sure. Your PR up there, your personal?
Just shy of 60. Yep. And it was really cool this year. We saw a 57-pound hatchery fish get caught this year.
57-pound hatchery
biggest hatchery fish that I'm aware of. And so the Wannock River, which has these world-class fish in it, they've got a hatchery now. So every year they take 40 bucks, 40 hens, rear them in the river and send them back. Well, now it's been 5, 6, 7 years since the hatchery started. We're starting to see these bad boy hatchery fish come back.
I'm pretty sure the Surdyk family will continue to do this fishery until you're no longer breathing.
Honestly, it's the most favorite thing we get to do all year.
You talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a ton, and you always have my attention. And this year was like, holy cow.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, everything else is just number 2, right?
Well, yeah. But you guys are good. You guys are good plug cutting herring fishermen wherever you go. I mean, it's
a lot
kind
of
your
fun.
staple.
It really is.
Yeah, you guys are knocking it out of the park. Well done, man. All right, gonna run out of time here, so real quick break and come back, close it out. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
You have been here.
All right, boys. Well, Surdyk, I can't promise you a 50-pound fish out here on the coast, but I can promise you some epic fishing is to be had here coming up real quick. October 1st signifies the opening of a lot of our coastal rivers, and one of my favorite times of the year because we also have a lot of hunting going on.
Oh, yeah.
And we got these coastal streams opening up for Chinook and Coho. We are bound and determined, Mario, to get Surdyk out in the drift boat this year, drowning some eggs under bobbers and reeling in some nice fish.
Let's do it.
You excited about that?
I'm super pumped, man.
I mean, you've taken on the whole steelhead thing wholeheartedly now, and you're hooked.
I'm hooked.
Absolutely. Been doing it a couple of years now.
Yep.
And you and Pops bought a drift boat.
We did.
Doing fishing up north there, Skagit Socks, kind of in the backyard. But we got to get you down here towards this Grays Harbor region. I think you'll find some passion there.
Tell me when.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the weather window. You hit it just right. I mean, we can have days that it just blows your mind. You wouldn't think that this type of fishing is even still possible.
Wow.
But it's all about it's like any fisheries we do, right? Weather, checking your weather windows, your windy apps, checking your tides, knowing when the fish are going to be there based on the river dropping and getting to that perfect clarity that you want. And we're not talking gin clear. I'm talking I'll take 3 feet of visibility on the drop, green water, bobber and eggs, and just have one unbelievable time. So gonna you ever been on like Satsa, Wainuchi, Hump Tulips?
I've only spent time on the Solduck and the Hoe out on the coast. I can't wait to get
chasing steelhead.
You're gonna love that all those. We had a couple of killer days out there last year with
Unbelievable.
Daryl.
Oh, for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that I'm sure the chum will be back in full force once again. So things to look forward to. Mario, we have elk hunting coming up in October 4th.
We got a mission.
Our muzzleloader season begins. So never enough time, always too much content. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Had an absolute great time. Mike, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, buddy. Mario, you just need to make it here more often and, show the people your pretty face.
Go Mariners and go Seahawks.
Go Mariners. Go catch the rest of that game.
Mariners,
All right. Hey, weather's going to be halfway decent through the week, and we got some great opportunity coming up. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Get outdoors. Get something done. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.